Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a wonderful day I bid to everyone. Thank you to the organizer, thank you Dr. Zahari for the chance given to me, and welcome to my presentation today. So I am one Afiqah Anis binti Wan Ahmad. I'm from University of Malaya, and I would love to share just maybe a little bit of my study regarding the Cinderella skill in second language acquisition. I believe all of us have watched a lot of fairy tales before, and we are familiar with Cinderella. So what happened to Cinderella? Cinderella is quite neglected by the stepmother and also the stepsisters. So why do I say why do I put over there as Cinderella skill in second language? Do we have Cinderella skill in second language then? So I believe we can guess already what is the skill that is being neglected or quite left behind, when we talk about second language acquisition. So I would love to share the Cinderella skill in second language and what is it. So the first one, we are going to look at the Cinderella skill. Number 2, related aspects of the study. Number 3, results. And number 4, conclusion. Well, the Cinderella skill is coined. This term is coined by David Noonan to highlight the importance of listening comprehension in language acquisition. So it is listening skill that is quite being left behind by most of us. I believe as an educator or as a student of ESL, we don't really pay attention on listening. We pay attention more on the other stepsisters, which are reading, writing, or probably speaking. So my sharing today is basically to just remind and share with all of you that we do have listening skill, and this Cinderella skill is existed, and it is like an orchestra, to sort of combine all of the other skills so that as an ESL learners we are able to master English language better through effective listening actually. So the current context is that listening often receives less attention than speaking, reading, and writing in ESL education. The focus of this study is to investigate the role of metacognitive awareness then as a mediator between motivation, emotion, and listening comprehension among Malaysian higher education students. We are going to look at a few domains, inshallah. The importance of listening comprehension. It is the foundation for communication, basically. Essential for effective interaction in English as a second language. It can be the foundation for reading, writing, and also speaking. So through acquiring listening or having a good listening comprehension, ESL learners then are able to understand better. They are able to read better, they're able to speak better, and they are able to write even better. And because of that, they have to actually learn on how to listen better. So challenges in the ESL is that students often struggle with listening skills due to insufficient targeted instruction. There are a lot of factors that could hinder the students from understanding, from having a good listening comprehension. So context in Malaysia is that strong listening skills are critical for academic success and effective communication. Related aspects of this study is we are going to have a look at a few domains. Number 1 is self-efficacy, number 2 is emotions, number 3 is listening comprehension, and the star of the show is metacognitive awareness. So self-efficacy, is a belief in one's ability to succeed, influences motivation and persistence in language learning. They believe that they can do it. So it is needed to acquire this listening comprehension. Emotions can be divided into two parts, positive and also negative emotions. Even though negative emotions could hinder learning, but part of my study has sort of found that somehow negative emotion could actually boost the students' motivation in acquiring what they want to get. Sort of, even though it's negative, they are feeling anxious and whatever, but it can be like a booster for them to go higher. And of course, positive emotions are needed. Yeah. Listening comprehension involves decoding spoken language and understanding context. Metacognitive awareness, knowledge and regulation of one's cognitive processes during learning. So whether or not the students need to have this metacognitive awareness and also the strategies in order for them to actually acquire the listening comprehension, and whether this metacognitive awareness, the star of the show today, can be the mediator for all, the numbers of domains over here in order to lead to the listening comprehension. Conceptual framework, mediating role of metacognitive awareness enhances regulation of cognitive processes, influences emotional responses and motivational levels. So I have provided 3 hypotheses: self-efficacy, metacognitive awareness lead to listening comprehension, positive emotion to metacognitive awareness lead to listening comprehension. Number 3, negative emotion to metacognitive awareness lead to listening comprehension, whether or not metacognitive awareness can be the mediator. Participants of the study are the students of Islamic studies in public universities in Malaysia. In my study also I have stressed on Islamic studies students, why Islamic studies students are being used as the subject matter. Okay, and I believe the unique of my study is that the Islamic studies students, the reason why they are being given courses for them to memorize all those cognitive terms and whatnot. So statistical analysis is structural equation modeling to test the hypotheses, and metacognitive awareness skill adapted for the listening strategies. Malak from Van der Grief. The results: H1 is supported, H2 is supported, and H3 is supported. So we can see over here that hypotheses, all these 3 hypotheses were being supported to show that metacognitive awareness is important. It's important in order to be the mediator for the students to get to the listening comprehension. They need to have the motivation, both actually positive and negative. They need to have the self-efficacy in order for them to get to the listening comprehension through metacognitive awareness, through the strategies. They need to be aware of the strategies so that they can acquire a good listening comprehension. Metacognitive awareness mediates the relationships between self-efficacy, emotional states, and also listening comprehension. So that is the conclusion for my study, for my presentation today. So I wish all the best to all of you, and if you have any questions and whatsoever, of course you can email me, and we can ask me. And of course I wish to get constructive responses from all of you for betterment of my PhD thesis, inshallah. So thank you so much, and I wish all the best to all these PhD candidates, master candidates. Thank you so much, and thank you to our supervisors for their kindness and their guidance. So wish me luck in my PhD studies, and thank you so much, the organizer and Dr. Zahari. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.